We have this big ethos here at MIT that you have to sort of learn through making. So everything you do, you have to make models for it, and you have to think through it by creating things. Some architecture schools you see a lot of models are just made out of paper and foam, but here we make models out of concrete and wood and metal and really anything we can sort of cut up and move around.
Every project is developed through different stages. First thinking of a general scope of a project and what is that main idea or concept that you want to develop. And second is the execution of a project. When you reach a point where you've gotten somewhere, then you focus on a specific thing or a specific detail in forms of model, in forms of drawing. I like to make very simple models, usually out of paper, materials like Strathmore and chipboard that are very easy to use and allow for really messy models that might not be precious in some ways but are really precious in the ideas that they can portray.
At MIT, the thing that strikes me the most is a sort of rigor that's applied to your entire course load, and there's a sort of expectation for students to really be paving new directions. It's all kind of centered around pushing the envelopes of whatever conversations are happening right now in architecture. I think the studio was trying to speed up that first kind of design process to start with these prototypes that after that research phase, the idea was that everyone would kind of pick these different prototypes to then develop in different directions. And then moving from that, we kind of jumped right into how does that develop into a project. So starting to make drawings of it and models of it, but one way the studio tried to challenge it, normally you kind of start from the overall building design and then you kind of zoom farther and farther into the design and get more detailed about it. And since the ultimate goal of the studio is to get to a level of detail that normally architecture studios don't get to the detail of how something gets constructed, they're trying to kind of disrupt the process instead of going from the most zoomed out to the most zoomed in, kind of interrupt it with moments where we kind of had to zoom far into one space in the project and show that and see how that can inform the rest of the building, and then zoom back out and work on the whole thing.